what's going on, you stunning and brave poo plunges? I'm Toxic Male, and this is Grunt Speak Live, episode 99, tomorrow's episode 100, and sitting over there with a gold watch planted firmly where you don't want it is Terrence Pop.
What's up, you ball burping Bernie bros? Terrence Pop here. Are we doing that? We just got here.
Yeah, we did just get here.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's never too early to drink.
Let me tell you, I need to start drinking because it was a long day for me.
It was a very long day.
Well, number one.
You had to get a new phone.
Well,
that's always a long day.
Well, let's run through the whole thing. 2 weeks ago, I was in the lair, and I was about to film a Live from the Lair episode. And I noticed that one of those automatic updates you get every once in a while on your phone was happening. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then I did the thing. I did the show, and I used the phone after that. And
wasn't there a good idea, Fairy? What could go wrong,
yeah.
Right?
And the way it worked out is after that happened, I could only hear every third or fifth word in every conversation.
Which I can vouch is extraordinarily frustrating. Being on the other end of that discussion.
And so like I got my nephew a job, right? He's one of those individuals that's developmentally slow. All right, so he quit his job. He was working for Jets Pizza. He was a manager, and then I got him another job pulling some strings, but he didn't have a car. So I have to loan him one of mine, and the whole time I'm trying to get him put on the insurance, I have the phone doing. So I had to go get a new phone. And now I specifically asked him, I'm like, all the apps are going to transfer as they are? Oh yeah, it should be just
totally,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be great. Nope. Nope. Now I got to spend days on helplines. It's going to be such a glorious clusterfuck of a time. I mean, I'm literally getting the penis from Murphy, Whitey, and the man at the same time. There are not enough holes for all of the meat sauce. It's not even funny, man. It's not even funny.
No, it's not.
So, literally,
it's white people problems. We've all been there.
I guess. But the thing is I just got the phone just under 2 years ago. All right. And then Sprint and T-Mobile merge. I left T-Mobile because they sucked. And now I'm stuck with T-Mobile again.
And Sprint is not exactly a walk in the park either.
No, but their coverage is way better than T-Mobile's.
I don't know, man. I had Sprint very briefly for a reason. It was brief for a reason. I had a 58% dropped call rate. I remember going in and telling, the people look, your service sucks. I want out of my contract. I mean, you'll be able to look up and see exactly how bad it is. And he's like, oh, no, I can't pay that. But I mean, we could definitely fix this. Oh, 58%. Yeah, we're going to get you your money back.
All right. Well, when I had T-Mobile, right, when I was in New York, there was a couple times where either we got a lot of snow or it was just too fucking cold and they just said stay home, so I didn't go to work. But I still communicated, via text with people that worked at the unit. I literally had to put together it was a box from one of those smaller refrigerators, right? And I lined the whole thing with aluminum foil. I would literally type in what I wanted to text, put it in the box, and then run it up a tree so it was a good 50 feet, leave it there for about 10 minutes. So it would send the text in the directions of the tower, and I would get them back. And I mean,
you might as well just be using a tin can and a string, man.
Well, I mean, listen, when you're a grunt, you got to figure shit out. And I learned that trick because I had to do the same thing at NTC. I used to take my phone, text what I wanted to, hit send, put it to a flagpole rope, run it up the flagpole, leave it for about 10 or 15 minutes, bring it back down, answer the text. And literally, It would take like 40 minutes for me to send like 5 or 6 like sentences via text.
And you suck at texting. So.
I do. But when you're in the middle of NTC, what are you gonna do? You gotta.
I guess you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got one hell of a show for you tonight, ladies and germs.
Because there's no shortage of what?
Insanity or stupid.
Stupid insanity.
Sometimes both at the same time. It's difficult to keep up.
Dumbassery. Dumbassery.
What was that message that I just got from Riggs not too long ago? I almost missed it. I really like this, so I'm gonna read it out loud here for you.
All right.
You seem to enjoy it.
Let's do it.
All right. If you fuck up and unfuck your fuck up and nobody's seen the fuckery, did you even fuck up at all?
I love that. That's good.
That's what Facebook is hoping for.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the internet is forever.
All right. So what we have here is liberal circular logic.
Yeah. Facebook exec blames company's users for spreading misinformation. I can't believe, who is this bald loser?
All right, hang on a minute. But,
Andrew Bosworth.
Well, today's misinformation is tomorrow's facts.
As we will find out later.
Well, I mean, listen, Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff he was talking about, like in 2016, all the way back to 2014.
He's out of his mind.
Yeah. It's a conspiracy theory. Oh, that can't be true. Well, it's happening.
And that's how you convince people that, that this person is nuts, right? You don't let him keep talking and prove himself nuts. No, you censor him, proving to the world that you're terrified of what he might say.
It's just like when you cut a dude's tongue out.
Yep.
You don't fear you fear what he has to say.
Well, depending on who cut my tongue out, I might be terrified of what they were going to do with it. LGBTQ WTF LOL people. How you doing, Gabe?
You talking about the loose gay butt twerking queer
that's absolutely
community
correct.
out there? Yeah. What are you going to do?
Facebook doesn't spread misinformation. People do. At least that's the tech giant's take. Individual humans are to blame for spreading misinformation on Facebook. A top executive at the company said in a new interview that aired Sunday. Andrew Bosworth, who deserves your hate mail, who's developed a reputation in Silicon Valley as a trusted deputy of Twitfastagram CEO Mark Zuckerberg, swatted down critics who say the company has amplified misinformation about the Yahoo and other topics.
Well, they were pushing the whole Trump pissing on prostitutes thing.
Anybody who allowed the Steele dossier to get reprinted over and over and over again, and then allowed MSNBC, and you have no business talking about misinformation ever.
Well, first of all right, when you're talking about misinformation, you have the truth, and then you have lies.
Yeah.
And then you have all of the layers of gray in between. And some of those layers might be truer than others, but that's technically not misinformation.
No, misinformation can be a miscommunication.
That's exactly correct.
Disinformation is what Facebook specializes in, as we are about to find out now. You guys may or may not have heard about this. I guess Viva Fry just posted a video about it less than an hour ago.
Yep.
Facebook attorneys say fact checks can't be libelous because they're only opinions.
But somehow, these fact checkers are allowed to delete your posts.
Yep.
Hang warning signs on your post, or say out of context, missing validity.
Yep.
A couple other ones that are I've saw that people have sent me.
So I'll read you a little bit of backstory.
Okay.
And then we'll actually jump into the legalese weasel words that I read them to you before the show, and I just, my brain almost came out of my ear. In fact, I think I still have a little bit of fluid collecting in my earmuff here.
What, you got an achy brain meat?
I gotta let it drain out.
You got achy brain meat.
Well, that's what this is for.
Okay. Yes.
I'm back to the bird dog. That's
now you're learning the Redonkulas pop tricks.
It's that kind of a day.
Yeah.
John Stossel, They're suing Facebook over a fact check, in quotes, they published. The fact check is attributed to two French-based outfits called Science Feedback and Climate Feedback. You can read the entire complaint here. A team of lawyers for Facefuck filed a motion to dismiss. They argue that Facebook fact check labels are just opinion, and opinions are protected under U.S. law. Here's the legalese. Beyond this threshold to Section 230 problem, the complaint also fails to state a claim for defamation. For one, Stossel fails to plead facts establishing that Meta acted with actual malice, which as a public figure he must. For another, Stossel's claims focus on the fact-check articles written by Climate Feedback, not the labels affixed through the Facebook platform. The labels themselves are neither false nor defamatory. To the contrary, they constitute protected opinion. And even if Stossel could attribute Climate Feedback's separate web pages to Meta, the challenged statements on those pages are likewise neither false nor defamatory. Now, the part that really cracks me up.
Wow.
If they constitute protected opinion, then...
we should be protected for having our opinions.
Exactly. So... the fact checkers are completely superfluous if it's just opinion, because if those opinions are protected by labeling it misinformation, then the actual opinion they are fact checking is also protected.
All right.
And just fuck off, basically.
Let's back it up a few feet here. You said a word there.
Which one is that?
The
superfluous?
Yeah, you literally knocked my...
fact checkers are superfluous, meaning they're pointless.
Okay. All right.
If fact checkers are not fact checkers,
See,
they're just
man.
opinionated cocksmokers.
And you literally made me do this.
Hey, where's my sound effects, damn it?
Use those big, 4-syllable college words and shit.
Superfluous. Prestidigitation.
The only reason I remember that one is my grandfather used to say it all the time.
What you felt just now when I said superfluous, when you said prestidigitation, I felt like a 45 in an earthquake. Just the needles skipping all over the place. Like,
I can't believe you said that.
Whoa.
Now my grandfather used to say it all the time because I used to move stuff around the house.
Yeah.
Go through all the stuff. And yeah, he'd call me the magician.
The magician.
Because when I would be around, shit would disappear.
You know what's another funny thing about this is that isn't this an almost identical defense? The same thing that they said about Rachel Maddow when she was taken to the mat about her commentary, and they said, well, it's not news. It's just opinion, so you can't sue her. Wow.
So why are we watching her then?
I don't know. That's actually a very good question.
Listen.
Leftoids out there who actually watch that.
Now, granted, we have our own opinions here.
Carpet.
We try to cover everything as truthfully as we can, and we bring receipts. So, and even if you don't agree with us, you disagree, and you have information or any evidence to the contrary, you can send it to us, and we will look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, we try not to be that mentally fixed in our own bullshit where we become a giant stick in a bucket of horse shit and mud.
Yeah. But when you see this, all you can say is, rigor, please.
Protecting you from reality.
Yep.
All right, first of all, you cannot really be protected from reality. Sooner or later, whoever's running interference for you to protect you from that reality.
Oh, these people are trying.
Yeah. It's going to fail, and you're going to get dick slapped by the universe.
This woman already has. Yep. Sheryl Sandberg. I mean, obviously the fact checkers can't be the problem. Those are just opinions. Alt tech is the problem. They're solely responsible for violent organization.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is the same woman who said that women out there should straddle each and every dick.
Yeah, well, first of all,
gotta try them all.
I have actually looked at some reports about BLM and Antifa. And they use Twitter.
Yep.
They use Facebook.
Yes, they do.
They use Signal, Telegram. Boop. They do an old trick that I've been telling people for years. They open email accounts. They save everything they draft. Everyone in their organization has the password. They just go, look at the drafts. Nobody sends anything to anyone. They read the messages. If they want to make other changes, they write an email, save it to draft so everyone can see. And after a certain amount of time, everything is deleted and they never touch that email account. Virtually impossible to track that stuff. You literally have to catch one of them in the act.
Yeah. Like this mother fornicator here.
Oh, here we
threw it
go.
up on the screen just for you guys to see here. But, new tech is responsible for all the violence, right? Not Antifa. Berkeley Mayor is a member of Antifa, Facebook group that organized riots. And yes, this is the same the same UC Berkeley campus nearby that loves to cancel some of your favorite conservative commentators.
Well, they had, Milo?
And the Jew, since you forgot his name earlier.
The Jew, the intelligent Jew who's good at debating.
Ben Shapiro talking really fast.
Well, first of all, I can't even, one, I'm a comedian. I'm not debating really people. I'm not good at it. But I couldn't go against that dude. He knows, he's basically got everything Rolodex in his thinking meat.
Yeah. Yeah, he engages in some cheap shot tactics.
Everyone does.
But, if you're not prepared to deal with those in a debate, you probably shouldn't be debating.
So you're saying he's a master debater. Listen,
hopefully not in his own home, because if he is, he's doing it wrong.
That's right. If you're married and you are a master debater, you are doing it wrong.
We briefly had 666 concurrent viewers, and then we just jumped right up past that. But I would like to see for a little while 666 likes. So if you guys can smash that like button, we're currently only at 310. You guys are lagging behind.
And what are we at now?
694 and 313 in likes.
All right.
Jumping on up the list.
Excellent.
Thank you all very much for tuning in today. And we have a very special presentation that we're going to save for late in the stream. So don't leave unless you've seen it.
Oh.
The Twilight Zone skit is done, and it will finally be debuted tonight.
You guys are going to like this. It's not very long, but it's pretty funny. And all I can say is,
not what she said.
Thank God nobody driving by who knew me saw me do that.
And there have been some questions in the chat about the number 400 on the board right behind you there.
Yeah, we just had an email, and I forwarded it. Was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah, I forwarded it to him yesterday. We had our 400 person come forward and tell us we kept the gun out of their mouth.
And that's why we do this.
Yep.
With all the insanity in the world, it's easy to lose sight of that. That this is what we're here to do. We're here to keep the guns out of dude's mouth.
And you know what? I think we're going to, on the main page of the website, we're either going to have the links there or something pointing to the links of all of the suicide briefings that I've done, the PTSD.
Already done.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you guys go to check out the sources tonight on Redonkulas.com, one of the things that you will notice, and I'll actually just bring them right up here. Boop. So here's the page. There's the stream. The facts end where opinions begin. Scroll on down here. Other videos by Pop and Blake about male suicide. There are 6 here, including a few full-length speeches and presentations, one of which has only previously been available to members on Patreon, Locals, and Subscribestar. It is Pop's speech on male suicide from the Conference of Masculine Excellence this last June. He brought the house down.
Yeah, and I went over my time hack. I was worried.
You were way over.
Well, I was worried I was only going to have like 30 minutes because I rehearsed it. I'm like, I don't have enough time. Then I went through it, and I went over, and literally Blake is like, no questions. You went over your time. I'm sorry. I'm like, shit.
Son of a bitch.
Shit.
Well, it's one of those things where when you do your dry run-through, you're not going to take into account things like laughter and whatnot that force you to take those pauses that can sometimes go on for a little bit.
Now, there was some laughing in my stuff.
Well, especially when we got to Challenge Accepted.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Everybody was laughing their balls off after that.
I had to throw that in there because that suicide video was crushing everyone.
Oh, yeah. It was Phil Foster. His wife was in tears in the back of the room. She was still crying when I went up to say hi to her at the end.
Oh, yeah?
Nice lady, though. Built like a brick shithouse. All right. Cheers to 400 lives saved. And we're going to jump into some super chats here before we get into the main body of tonight. Now, I am going to warn you guys. The main story of tonight does connect to this Facebook stuff. And it's bad. It's basically fresh off the press. This just happened like today or the day before. It's very disturbing, and it is, in a nutshell, why we do what we do.
Well, and we're going to say this right now. We don't condone what this individual did.
No.
But we understand.
We do understand. And that's something that we shouldn't even have to say, because it shouldn't be happening in the first place.
Well, the thing is this. Some of the shit that happens to these men, especially in family court and divorce court, is so fucking egregious. I have no idea why this isn't happening more.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm shocked that there aren't people like hunting down these judges left and right. I'm not condoning that. Yeah. I'm just shocked it's not happening. Like literally, you're turned into a slave for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
What do you have left to lose? Just saying. This is my opinion.
Yeah, and we actually have some examples of that before we even get into it. I don't know if you guys heard the original Hellboy, Ron Perlman, one of my favorite genre heroes, just got divorced, and we're going to go over the facts of his divorce before we even get into it.
Now, I don't even know if we can do a Pimp Tart Institute on that, because he was married for so long.
38 years.
I don't think we can do that.
I mean, if you're married 38 years, you're basically in it to win it, I would think.
Because most people, after 24 years, usually don't get divorced. It's a 7, 13, 21, and 24.
Yeah, but I have to ask, if you've been married for 38 years, are you actually getting divorced to explore your options? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, God.
No, just ask.
Yeah, come on. Get the hell out of here.
I mean, unless you're like one of those you're like Eastern Asian countries where you're getting married off as children, then maybe. But even then, most women, especially in those Eastern Asian countries, tend to hit the wall pretty harsh.
Are you kidding me? Those women age like... They're almost as bad as redheads. Redheads age like banana pudding.
Oh.
They turn brown in like 6 feet or less. Those middle...
you take it out of the fridge and hand it to somebody. Oh, this went bad.
It looked
so good just a second ago.
You take it out of the fridge. By the time you walk to the table to eat it, it's already got brown, crusty shit on it. You don't need that.
Yeah, you don't need that, no.
But like a lot of those Muslim women, they get about... After they had a kid, they just blow up and get ugly.
Yeah.
Their nose gets big. Their ears get long. Ugh. No wonder they're all covered
Long legs and big tits become big legs and long tits.
Yeah. They can wrap them around their head, use them as a scarf. Got to put tape over the nipples.
Those tits are saggy, but your ears look warm. Blood or water with a donation. Anyone know a shites? Creamy shites? Just asking for a friend, allegedly.
Creamy shites?
I had one of those earlier. Well, felt creamy. Not that kind of creamy, you sick bastards.
You sick bastards.
You limp gay butt twerking queers.
Yeah, how many people we have watching now?
735.
All right.
Marcus Somerville. Hey, Pop and Blake, my last super chat where I described how fully effed things were in Australia, you kind of dumped on Aussies for letting this shit happen to ourselves, but... But see you next super chat.
Well, hang on.
I got in here.
All right, let me clarify.
Okay.
All right. First of all, yes, I dunked on the Aussies. Mainly, I dunk on you guys because you gave up your guns, and you're letting a bunch of crazy ass women run your country. Now, they're trying to do that here. It may or may not happen. This country is dumb because we can't secure our own fucking borders, and we don't know how.
Borders are racist now.
And, we've been at war so many times, apparently, we've forgotten how to do an orderly fucking withdrawal when it's time to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can't think of another country that's fucked up that bad since maybe World War II.
Yeah.
In World War II, like, whole armies and stuff were fucking encircled and captured.
Pew, pew.
And whole armies just, haphazardly just fucking retreated and left all kinds of shit behind. But, that did not have to happen in Afghanistan because there was no threat of being overrun by enemy or anything like that. We just did it because we're fucking incompetent. That's the only reason for that, in my opinion.
All right, the other two Marcus Somerville chats here. So instead of getting butthurt, I started a political action group. See, that's how you do it. We are serving all local shops and politicians that are supporting the mandate's legal papers for breaching our Constitution.
And they're violating the Nuremberg Code.
Yes, they are.
I mean, the whole world was so sickened and upset over the shit the Nazis did in their concentration camps, especially all of the medical experimentation and torture, that they built the Nuremberg Code, put it into the Geneva Convention, and virtually every country in NATO at the time signed off on it. So any country that's doing this vax mandate shit, especially with this untested craziness, is violating the Nuremberg Code. Yeah. Period. Flat out. Now, I'm not a lawyer.
Why do you think the leftoids are trying to erase history, take down statues, burn books?
Yep. And, well, didn't they do that at one other time? When was that? Oh, yeah.
1930s Germany.
Yeah, the brown shirts. They were really, like, when they first took power in, 34 to 38, right before hostilities started.
Hostilities.
That book burning shit was off the hook. Off the hook.
Ugh. One more from Marcus Somerville. So far, access to our Facebook group has been hidden, and Google Pay deleted all my cards off my phone app just in the last 14 days. If I go down, I'm going down swinging.
Good.
Keep it up, good sir. Don't give in.
Yeah. When you go stand before the man, you want to look him in the eye and go, hey, I didn't quit.
Yeah. I stood by what was right.
There's a lot to be said about that. You can lose. You can take a beat down and get killed. But don't quit.
Don't quit. Alternative Lifestyles for Men just got another 30-day ban today for sharing an article about the UK going after its government for violating the Nuremberg Code. Shocker!
Shocker.
I swear they're allergic to the truth. Dung is fun. If you have to sign a contract for your phone or any other contract, that literally means to me we're going to F you and you're going to tolerate it.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this right now. If I have to read a contract, or I have to pay a lawyer to interpret a contract for me moving forward, I'm not signing that contract.
No.
Because if it's not written where a grunt like me can read it and understand it, then they probably aren't serious about retaining my services.
Makes sense to me. Michael Simmons. Blake, expand your arsenal. Delayed straw. This one's black.
Oh, God.
Just like your ex-wife likes it.
You're going to get me sued, man. That's allegedly, of course.
Allegedly, of course.
Stop.
Rumor control.
Okay.
Rumor control.
All right, there we go.
Evil Zombie 2. We're ruled by feminist, authoritarian, gun-grabbing, overt tyrants. That is clever as shit. And somebody give that man a beer.
It's fairly accurate as well.
Yeah. Just spell it out in your head. Feminist, authoritarian, gun-grabbing, overt tyrants. I like it. But, that needs to go in the brain. It's fantastic.
Well, actually, cut that up. Copy and paste it onto a text document.
I think I can manage that. That's one thing I can actually do on this computer. Fantastic.
I like it.
And it's sent to you, good sir. It can go in the brain later. In fantasy, I die. Sometimes I also use big words to make myself sound more photosynthesis in my masturbation.
Okay. Okay, I like that. All right.
Yeah. Anti-disestablishmentarianism, motherfuckers. Longest word in the English language. Cliff 3188. Whenever a cultist tells you to trust the science, show them a human anatomy book displaying male and female genitalia. Careful, they may combust.
Trust the science.
Trust the science. You're supposed to trust the science. And by that, they mean Fauci.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Peterson. But there you go. Keith Peterson is a man who knows what he likes. Damon Wolf Migtow with a $20 super chat.
Thank you.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Cheers to 400.
Amen.
Anti-women.
That's gay, so.
I know. DeWall. Far as I can tell, the reason your numbers spike after 10 to 15 minutes airtime is because there's a delay in notifications. Also, something with the videos where they refuse to play until 10 or 15 minutes has actually gone by.
Well, that's weird.
Susan! You bitch.
Is that really happening? Hey, let us know in the comments if that is actually happening in mass.
That would piss me off. Tuco Ramirez with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Evening top, I am POG ass E4 with decent PT and a quick question.
That stands for Pogue.
Pogas. A Pogas E4 with a decent PT and a quick question. My dad was 1371. My grandpa was 11B, wounded at D-Day and St. Lo. Been in the Army 2.5 years, and I want to mosque for 12B. I filed A to be continued. Okay, is there more here? There. I filed a religious exemption. I've been part of one class, 5OP, but I haven't done shit, and I'm falling so short of my forefathers. Is it worth getting the poke so that I can mosque to 12B and serve more proudly?
Well, those are questions that you're going to have to answer yourself. But know this. Every time you get the poke, you walk up to the roulette table and you spin the wheel.
Yep. Or Russian roulette, to be more exact.
Yeah. And if you get something that causes long-term problems, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to pay your bills? Do you think that you're going to get VA disability because you took a vax and it fucked you up? They'll fuck you 3 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
The only way I was able to get a decent VA disability rating is I walked in there with enough medical records. It was thicker than like four phone books. If you go in there with 2 slips of paper saying you got a vax and then all of a sudden you're fucked up, it's going to take forever. You're going to wind up. It's just going to fuck you up 3 ways to Sunday, man. But, a lot of people get it and they're okay. It's up to you.
So far.
So far. You're right. So far.
There could be long-term consequences we don't know about.
Yeah, that are not going to be known for a couple years. And chances are, by the time 5 years rolls around, we're going to have a very good picture of what's going to be coming down the pipe.
And by then, consequences could be consequences.
Correct.
DeWall. And by the way, responding to your earlier thing, apparently a lot of people are saying, not even just on YouTube, but also DLive and Twitch send notifications about 15 minutes late.
So maybe we should send notifications earlier.
We have no control over it, unfortunately. Unless we get some sort of a phone sign-up thing where we can text message dudes directly ourselves.
Or if we have like a big database of email addresses.
It'd be easier to just do it by phone.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you and I both know, even the people who understand how stupid it is to carry this thing around with them everywhere are joined at the fucking hip to it.
Yes, they are.
It is what it is. DeWall, far as I can tell, many of us have to rewind your videos 10 to 15 minutes and then play catch-up at double speed. I bet we sound pretty fucking funny listening to us that way. At least I hope I'm not the only one. Dynaside 13, cheers to 400. We are the Redonkulas Regiment.
All right.
Yeah. Thor Gustafsson. They can kill you, but they can't eat you. Thanks for the forum. 400, awesome. You are gentlemen and scholars, not necessarily in that order.
I hope not.
There you go. All right, there's a bunch of people saying, Telegram, Telegram. All right, Telegram, I heard about Telegram. Crimson Hawk, what's up, you riggers? Yeah. Here we go. Crazy Uncle sent an email to Redonkulas12.
Okay, here we go.
We're screwed, aren't we?
What do we got?
Had a guy yell at me today for not wearing a face burqa. I prefer face diaper, personally. He tried getting in my face. Always what you want to do when you're terrified of a virus with a 99.97% survival rate. In the middle of a large box store, and was joined by 2 females. All 3 of their fat asses waddled at me screaming. I didn't know it was at me until they yelled at me for running away as I turned into an aisle. I yelled back at them, "Why are you trying to force your shaft into me?" The guy got it right away and tried to back away, but the females didn't. I kept yelling at them using phrases like, "Just because you've taken 3 shafts at once doesn't mean I have to." Eventually, they backed off, and everyone else watching was laughing too hard to give a shit.
You see,
outstanding.
The thing is, you have a good sense of humor, and you can connect that to a good burn. You'll outmaneuver idiots all day long and make them look stupid. I love it.
Yeah, if you're going to show up to a battle of wits, you better be armed to the teeth. Just saying.
Well, first of all, you better have wits.
Yes. That's all I was saying.
And it better not be half wits or you're going to get beat down.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. Just like half calf doesn't really work in the morning. You need the full coffee experience to make your butthole explode on time. Jeff on the bound, not the condoning book burning that Germany did. Did you ever question which books they were burning? You might want to look into it. It's crazy.
You know what? Well, I remember in high school, I did a book report. And I covered a lot of the subjects that were being burned. And I don't remember a lot of them, but I know some of them were, I mean, they were just like books on physics and, some history stuff. I couldn't see why they were being burned. I just didn't, I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Well, history, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you forget your history.
You repeat it.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And World War I wasn't that long ago. If they were convincing college students to do it in Germany at that time, most of them would have been too young to remember or not been born yet.
For World War I?
Yeah. From World War I to World War II, yeah. Because it's about a 30-year gap.
Well, World War I stopped pretty much in 2018, I believe.
What? 2018?
No, in 1918. 1918. 28, 38, 20 years. 20 years
Great Scott! This is heavy.
Jesus Christ! It's about 20 years later when World War II kicked off, 38, and then it was about 14, 15 years after the end of World War I when the Nazi Party pretty much came into power.
Yeah, so it's about, so that would be about a 20-year gap. Still, if you're talking about new college students who would get in roughly 17, 18 years old, that's enough of a generation gap there to where you can convince them to burn their history. And they wouldn't know because they wouldn't have been born yet, or they would have been too young to remember.
And they're a lot of young people are gullible and dumb. They'll do pretty much anything.
Young, dumb, and full of stuff that rhymes with dumb. Robert Anderson, we are screwed when the other side wants to rewrite Orwell's 1984. They're using it as an instruction manual.
Yeah, I heard they want to rewrite it and put a feminist spin on it or something.
Oh, just like they did to the remake of Black Christmas from 2019. It's as if a bunch of Tumblr feminists decide to get together at a salad bar. That's an oxymoron. And then they decided to, hey, we're going to write this after-school special on the non-existent rape culture and pretend it's a slasher film. Jason Blum, fuck you for putting your name on that piece of shit.
Well, I mean, Hollywood is just getting creamed. The woke shit is not making them any money.
Nope. Wah, wah, wah. Crazy Uncle Sheldon, old friend, your show. He used to suffer from a progressive condition. He listened to you talk about the different chemicals for the Yahoo. Shocker, he is 100% clean now, but won't tell his doc why.
All right.
Interesting. Dung is fun. I don't want to know what you do on Thursdays. Imagine if your health insurance increases because you didn't get the poke, and then in 10 years it increases because you got it.
Yeah, that sounds about something right up the alley of the fucking insurance companies.
Amen to that. Jaffa on the bound. Some of them were on intersectionism and pedo stuff. Hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself.
No, he didn't.
He did not. Field Marshal Ass Clap. I already know who this is. Money, you sick, underappreciated, coochie-kicking, erection-rectifying spitches. Check your Redonk email, bitch.
Spitches.
Woo!
Spitches.
Oh. We may have to change that on the board. Hey, you bunch of wallet whackers. I wanted to say thank you for all that you do. Blake, you too. You need to change that 400 to 402 for me and my friend.
All right.
Also, would you be able to say a good like for my nephew? He needs to get sinus surgery, and he's a wreck about it. He's watching the stream now, and it would cheer him up.
All right. Well, he's got to get sinus surgery.
Sinus surgery, yeah. A deviated septum, maybe?
I know. I need to have that done myself.
Oh, are you saying you snore like a buzzsaw?
Yes, and I've had my nose busted 5 times.
Oh.
I went to the doctor to get it looked at about, I don't know, 20 years ago. And the doctor's like, oh, yeah, well, we could fix that. How did it happen? Oh, I did it boxing. Do you still box? Well, I spar from time to time. He's like, well, why don't you come back when you're done with that dumbassery? And we'll fix your goddamn face.
Terrence, the chick days are done.
Oh, he's retiring.
Oh, in the head.
He's retiring.
Oh, you're Spetsnaz
Yeah.
doctor. I know.
I'm
It's
really
so
upset.
sad. So now we just got to get Z on the show to chastise you for your diet every now and then, just so you'll feel like all is right with the world.
I went yesterday. I went to dinner with a buddy of mine at a cigar bar in Birmingham.
You went to suck on Big Brown Schwanzes?
No.
Okay.
I just had the food. The steak was so fucking good. It better be for $70 a plate.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's how much that was.
Ooh.
I literally, I went there to go, talk about some.
For that much, you should get a thank you and a happy ending from the waitress.
Well, first of all, I looked at the menu and I'm like, I'm not ordering this food. I can't afford it. It's too expensive. He goes, oh, we got you. I'm like, okay.
That's how you know you've done things right in the world. Somebody will give you a $70 meal and I got you.
Yeah. I thought that was much appreciated. Much appreciated. Not really a fan of the stinky cigars, though, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, and I'm not really a cigar guy myself.
No.
What did George Carlin used to call it? White pussy businessmen sucking on a big brown dick. Sigmund Freud said sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Oh, yeah? Well, sometimes it's a big brown dick with a fat white-collar business criminal asshole sucking on the wet end of it.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that. Like, I have a grandfather on my father's side who used to smoke all kinds of cigars.
Ugh.
And then he passed away, and every once in a while, I'll be in my car, and I'll smell the cigars.
Yeah, I get that same thing. My dad always smelled like unfiltered Lucky Strikes and axle grease.
Nice.
Every once in a while, I'll get in my car, and for no reason at all, that smell will be in there.
Yep. I think we're getting peeping Tom'd from the other side.
Sincerely hope not.
I'm just saying.
Like, Dad, if you've been coming around, I hope it's not around 11 p.m. on school nights. You don't want to see that. I'm just saying. Pulse Kebab with a $25 donation.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Gentlemen, beer money as well. Pizza party money too. Pop, congrats on saving 400 dudes. Now 402. That is an epic victory royale. Yes, it is.
Once you get to 500, that's pretty much a battalion.
Yeah, we got to get to 500. That's the next step. Although we got to figure out when we're going to have pizza.
Yeah.
Chris Belly's, right?
At Chris Belly's.
Should we do that for one of the lunchtime streams?
I don't know.
You could bring some Chris Belly's over on a Tuesday. We'd all have some.
Yeah, we could probably do that. Or we can order and have Grubhub deliver it here.
There's always that too.
And then we eat it out on camera.
And then we have to tip somebody. Damn.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Just the tip, you bastards. All right. I forgot to bring up my super chat dealio over on MGTOW. That's okay because I can knock it down like this. All right. We got a few chats over here on MGTOW.tv from Stunning and Brave Pop. Olaf Faggots! Thank you very much. Crimson Hawk, can you guys get Nick Mullen from a podcast called Come Town? Do I want to have that person on the show?
Come Town, that doesn't sound good.
So, Nick, what do you do on weekends? Yeah, I'm the mayor of Come Town.
Is that Fort Lauderdale?
Fort Bragg.
Nah, Fort Bragg.
The surrounding areas.
It's been picked clean over decades. There's not much there anymore.
No, that's the hookers.
Well, no, I'm serious. Like, around every active duty post, there's about a 40-mile gap or area around the base that has been picked clean of young women. Because the grunts, they just go out there and go crazy.
I thought they were just picked the meat off the bone ugly, but they've actually been picked clean. Huh?
Yes.
Oh! It's terrible. 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 I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Ballistic Zero. I just got my leave form signed so I can finally say 3 days and a wake up. I'm turning off my phone as soon as I sign the fuck out, picking my beer and my fishing pole, and no more Sergeant Ballistic Zero till I come back, because I have JRTC right after block leave, and it'll be more effed than a donut in a cop's mouth.
JRTC sucks, man.
Hit him with a straw.
Oh, JRTC sucks. I did that twice, and I couldn't stand it.
Twice too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been missing you guys. No homo. Been on the road, hot and heavy driving, food and meds all over the country. So glad to see more days on the rotation. There's another federal court ruling, and it just blipped on me. Damn it. This is why I have the other thing. Federal court ruling today that helps fight the military jab mandate. Judge called FDA on their bullshit and said that the emergency use authorization jab is not the same as the FDA-approved one, which is not even available in the USA. About damn time. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just fucking around. But, yeah, I mean, the thing that, like, for instance, I've got some counseling statements from soldiers. I have one from a lieutenant colonel. I have a couple from captains, I would say a whole bunch, but about 6 or 8 from enlisted guys. The enlisted guys are almost always going for the religious exemption because they really don't know how the whole thing works. But the lieutenant colonel really went through all the facts, and in that one he says, look, the one that's FDA approved isn't available, and you're trying to make me take one that's not been approved, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and for instance...
Glad somebody in a position to actually enforce the law actually read the shit. It's amazing.
The thing is this leadership in the military who's trying to, scare you or influence you to take the poke, and basically that is called undue command influence. You're like, wait a minute, you're trying to force me to take something that hasn't been approved by the FDA? Like, you can fill out a DA 1559 IG complaint, cite the fact that the virus that, or the vax that you need that's been approved is not available, and these commanders are using undue command influence to force you to take a substitute or something that's not approved. That is a career ender right there.
Yeah.
If you get an IG complaint and it's founded that you're using undue command influence, they can pretty much end you. Officers are real easy to end their fucking careers.
Good, because half of them are useless anyway. Stunning and brave Pop. Congratulations on your first 2-hour AMA live stream. By the way, have you decided to get cell data or Starlink as backup internet? Fuck Cuckcast.
You know what? I don't know. Well, first of all, I got to get the roof done on the lair. I don't have enough money for that right now. But if I do, I might consider getting another satellite dish or something.
Put a roof on it.
Yeah.
Coam Janus. I've known people who get divorced for business/financial reasons. Then they stay together. Just legalities like lawsuits or taxes is the reason they want to be legally singles/separates.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get divorced, don't even. If you get divorced, just cut ties, get away from the cunt or dick or whatever, and just get on with your life.
Well, it sounds like they just get divorced for the money cut, which is, I know a lot of couples, they have kids and they want to keep the benefits of having a single mother, but they still live together. They may as well be married. They just don't sign that particular legal agreement. And then the woman gets to rake in all of the tax subsidies and bullshit. Oh, by the way, women are oppressed.
Yeah. All the free shit. Cash and prizes for the golden vagina.
The vagine.
The vagine.
Coam Genus again. Mint Linux is solid. Thanks to all the people who recommended it last week. OpenVPN is part of the install. Tor is in the repository. Took me about 2 hours to download, install to a portable hard drive, and get it set up. Mint also lets you select to encrypt your files.
Ooh.
That sounds like a good time right there.
I like that.
Yeah. Mint Linux. You might want to write that down.
I'll remember that.
Are you sure?
Nah.
You're not going to remember that.
Nah, but
What was my name for the first 3 years we knew each other?
Video Dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Arrow Shogun, when the shit hits the fan happens, how far away should you be from the nearest city
50 miles.
town? 50 miles.
No, it's a large city. Smaller towns, not really a big problem.
He Googled it, and one said 7 miles minimum from a small town.
Well,
And then he follows it up. So I started thinking about the average small town size. Multiply 7 by the number of times greater than the average town. What are your thoughts?
Well, if you're by a major city and it winds up having severe food problems or any kind of severe resource problems, they can only really travel away from the city 30 to 50 miles. Okay, and they would have to do it in force so they can, have enough people to raid other individuals. But the thing is,
Walking Dead.
that many people moving your direction, if you have people out there looking out, you just make the phone call or send a runner back and show up with some individuals and let the two-way rifle range party commence.
And do it.
But yeah, 50 miles is a pretty safe distance from a major city.
All right. Also, I have a Canadian friend who swears by optics, yet sucks with iron sights. How do I convince him to stop relying on it?
That's hard. It's hard. Well, first of all, hang on a minute.
Bless.
All right, first of all, iron sights are not that hard. He's just going to have to do some more practice to get up to speed with iron sights.
Do it.
I mean, master the iron sights, and then your rifle or your shooting game with the scope only gets better.
Okay.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, sons of bitches. I'm looking to see. Son of a bitch. Francois de la Chataine sent a full comment
Oh, no.
on via email here. I'm jumping over to Odyssey here. Francois de la Chataine. Hello, gentlemen. Please see the comment that I've sent 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern today from my email account at redonkulas12gmail.com with the subject, full comment by Francois la Chataine for the super chat. Hello, Mr. Poppen here, Kleiner. How are you doing? Listen, I'd like to ask you what you think of this thought that has occurred to me. Although this means in absolutely no way that we should imitate them in any respect. Oh gosh, perish the thought. Wouldn't it make sense to consider that, when it comes to women in general, people in the Muslim world may have always known or realized quite a few things that we Western people seem to have forgotten since then? Example, the fact that it is quite ludicrous at best to give said women, with the possible exception of a few outliers, any power in society. Thanks in advance. P.S. By the way, this particular example was first suggested to me by an exceptional female blogger in one of her posts years ago. Oh yeah, and finally, as a send-off, I would like to hear the English for "Très bien, la parvenir, allez-tu vous faire un futur," which really is the French for "All right, I'm going to have to let you go. It's a big fuck off." So what do you think about that?
Well, first of all, a lot of bad shit has happened in the Western world when we allowed women to vote without having any skin in the game. Now, I don't have a problem with women if they want to participate in the government and vote.
People in general, male or female, shouldn't vote unless they have skin.
If you don't have any skin in the game, you shouldn't have any say in how the game is played.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're an outie or you're an innie. Okay. Now, I will say this though. Women are the weaker sex, and they always take the easy way out. Well, not always, but most of the time, you give them two options. One requires a long, hard road, a lot of back-breaking labor or danger or what have you, or take the easy route. And they take that easy route.
Most people do, unfortunately.
Yeah, but women do it a lot more than men.
Yeah.
In my opinion, of course.
And they're passing that along to their, all the children raised in those single-parent homes.
The overwhelming amount of vaginal turds out there that are circling the drain.
Quite ridiculous. I want to say 58% of all millennial births are out of wedlock. Not a recipe for success.
Nope. What's the worst that could happen? They go to prison.
Yeah. Crazy house, cemetery.
Become drug addicts,
Yeah.
rapists, murderers. You know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Live in your basement till they're 50.
Jumping up over 900 viewers on YouTube. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. 67 on Twitch, 84 on Odyssey, 38 on MGTOW.tv, 73 on DLive, and an empty chat on RoxyTube. Wah, wah, wah. But with that, that's an old one.
I saw that one already.
There we go. With that being said, it's time to take a quick break just to shout out our sponsor tonight, The Tag Conspiracy by our Project Veritas's newest whistleblower, Brett William Mauser.
Last man standing.
We're going to play a game of tag.
Now let's do this!
Deep Throat is a source with information on the green lottery.
What the hell is this?
Use currency.
The U.S. hasn't been around for like 10 years now.
Oh.
What do you know about the lottery, Miss Tyler?
Well, that it began as an effort to reduce greenhouse gases by decreasing the country's population, and that violent criminals have been chosen at random to be eliminated for the greater good of the planet.
People are okay with that?
Climate change is a serious threat to the planet.
They aren't being eliminated. Some of them are being sold into forced labor. Others are being thrown into gladiator-style competitions for the rich and powerful to wager on.
How do I prove it?
Dismantle the lie. Only the truth remains.
Simple stroke of my pen not to have you both deem a risk to national security, hunted down and eliminated. How about you, Miss Tyler? Are you willing to die for this story?
No story is worth dying for, Lenny.
What do you think it was?
This was a bit more dangerous to the government than guns.
How do you, one man, plan on taking out the entire government?
By taking out one man.
Now let's do this!
In my weakest moment, you call me by name. You call me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like when you're not.
You think I'm an idiot?
Don't take it personally. I think everyone's an idiot.
I wished I never.
All of our bridges just got burned except for one. How?
I wished I never met you.
Journalism is dead, and people like you killed it.
I wished I never met you.
All right, Hal. Hypothetical situation. You're walking down a dark alley with thousands of dollars hanging out of your pocket.
Actually, I have walked down a dark alley with thousands of dollars in my pocket.
I can't, man. I can't debate with a psychopath.
Allow me to congratulate you on becoming the latest winners of the Green Lottery. We're going to play a game of tag. One of your firearms will become activated. The light will turn from red to green, signifying that you are it.
I just need to focus on staying alive.
I didn't study journalism for 6 years to die in some warehouse.
Could be dying in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's gross.
Don't worry. I'm a little worried.
1 hour. Last man standing.
I don't even know how to use this thing.
You point it at a bad guy, and when that turns green, you pull the trigger and you run like hell.
Available now on Amazon. There is a link in the description. It's $3 to rent, $10 to buy. Full HD.
Have you noticed there's a lot of steampunk shit in there?
A lot of steampunk, a lot of colored LED lighting.
Yeah.
I approve. The cinematography in Brett's films has gotten considerably better since back in the day.
Okay, I'll agree with you. Yeah.
And I love just the attack on the whole leftoid. Oh, climate change, it's worth giving up all of your freedoms for, we.
Unfortunately, we have a lot of weak motherfuckers who actually think that way.
Yes, we do. Unfortunate. And don't forget, everybody, this is only one of our YouTube channels. Bing! YouTube.com/Terrence Pop Culture for the archived streams, because, they like to give us strikes. And YouTube.com/Grunt Speak for your short bits. Links are in the Meat Gazer box.
Stuff and shit.
Do it! It's good times.
Stuff and shit.
And Don't touch that dial, because remember, later on in the stream, you get to see the new Twilight Zone skit.
Yeah, you guys are going to like that.
It's good
It's
shit.
not long. It's like, what, 2 minutes?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Now, after that, now we have to bring things way down.
Well, before we go there, remember we've covered a lot of articles and stories about women who kill their kids.
Yes, we have.
They're
Women
losing
are 2.5
custody.
times more likely to murder their own children.
Well, because they're losing custody, or they're going to get 50-50 custody, and they go ahead and they do that. They basically kill their kids.
Yep.
Now, this particular individual, this is an individual who's been pushed too far.
Yep.
By a system that is unjust and routinely violates your constitutional rights.
Just like Ron Perlman.
Yep.
Dude was married 38 years. She took half of his shared bank account, keeps the house in L.A., so he's now homeless, gets half of the home in New York, which he was forced to put up for sale, receives $12,500 a month every month forever. And get this, 20% of his gross annual income for the rest of his life.
That is insane.
And then people wonder why stuff like this happens.
Yep.
Man confesses to murder on Facebook Live before killing his ex-wife and then himself. We actually have the video. Thankfully, there's nothing...
There's no violence.
There's no violence in it. It's just him talking. But it is... Now,
before we go on this, I have no idea why this individual didn't go to the judge's house, too.
And we're not condoning what he did.
I'm just saying that if you're going to be reduced to being a slave, you might want to, have a discussion with the people that put you there. Just saying.
Just saying. Here we go.
All right, Facebook. Never thought that I would be doing this, but I gotta make it quick. For everybody out there that supported me and really knows what's going on, thank you all. I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I molested my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years. So, shit has been real crazy. What's up, Oliver? You know about this. Going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, and start dating somebody new. And she got pregnant. And, we got in a fight. First thing she does is threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a dream. Like, I never thought I would be that guy. I can't go to prison, so the person that really started my depression and all of this is my ex-wife. So she next, and then I'm going to do myself too. But I just wanted to say this to people. Don't play with people's emotions, man. Don't lie
fuck with
on
their
these
kids.
men.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my ex-wife right here. Today's the day.
Today's the day.
There's more to that video.
There's not. That's when he cut it off.
That's when he cut it off?
That's when he cut it off.
Because you know what happened next, right?
Yes.
He's probably like, today's the day. It's your last day. Now, he's 44.
Perhaps today is a good day to die.
If you got divorced, right, and you're having a custody battle, get fucking deactivated so you don't have any more kids.
I would agree with that.
And you know what? You shouldn't be really having kids after 40 anyway. Because by the time, you're 58, 60 years old, by the time they're done with high school.
Yeah.
You're 65 when they're done with college if they finish.
Yep.
That's a little long in the tooth for that. I'm just saying. Now, that's not the right answer for everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, and this actually happened.
Yeah, this poor dude. Yeah. If you had just shown me this video, no context, I would have thought there's no way this is real. This just appears to be Too much, but no, it's the real deal. New York Post reported on it. They've got screen grabs of local news.
Yep.
And what really pisses me off, though, the guy's name was Rajay Black. Wendy Black was the ex-hooer. Ironically, his ex-girlfriend who got knocked up, her name was Tara LeBang.
LeBang!
I'm sure that's not an Ornpay star name or anything.
No.
He must have picked her up on OnlyFans.
Now she got the LeBang at the end, didn't he?
Now, if you want to really just see how out of touch politicians are,
There we go.
take a look at the statement from the mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott. This brought my piss to a boil. Oh, yeah. LeBang had worked at, here we go. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, Mayor Brandon Scott decried the gun violence that shattered multiple families. We're talking about a neighborhood that's a bustling neighborhood, a great neighborhood.
It's Baltimore.
You're talking about Baltimore, bro.
The one that Trump called a shithole?
Yeah.
That is
because
a shithole?
it is a shithole. But it is shaken now because one of their neighbors has been taken from them, taken from the community simply because he doesn't know how to move on.
Okay.
That's
all right.
something we should no longer accept on our streets.
All right. Moving on.
Ugh.
How are you supposed to move on when they take your kids away? How are you supposed to move on when you're reduced to homelessness, like I was, like a lot of dudes that get divorced are? How do you move on from that?
How do you move on from your ex-wife calling you a kid diddler in family court where there's no burden of proof and they can use just her word
to
rip your soul apart?
Yeah, I've in the past 10 years, I've probably talked to about 4 or 5 dozen guys who are in supervised visitation simply because of accusations made by the ex-wife with no physical evidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
And a couple of these guys never had the cops come to their house, not one fucking time.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, he's an abusive kid diddler.
Yep.
Wow.
And this is why I wanted to cover this, is because this is why we do what we do. 402 lives is not enough.
No.
If somebody could have shown this guy our videos, maybe it could have been 403, or if you count the 2 women, 405. The 2 kids who are left as a result of this, God only knows what their life is going to be like after it.
They're orphans.
Yeah.
They're orphans.
Their lives are over. So,
well, okay, let's not say their lives are over.
Their lives are not over
But
in the biological sense, but they're going to have one hell of a time.
They're going to be.
They were already being raised in a broken home. Now they have no home.
Yeah, they got a severe handicap.
God.
And listen, I'm just saying that if this happened a lot more, the laws would change.
Yeah.
Because if you have like 10,000 people going off the fucking rail every fucking year, they're gonna be like, hey, wait a minute, this is stupid.
Yeah. And think about this too. I mean, we're trying to keep guns out of dudes' mouths.
Mm-hmm.
You recommended this, and I'm glad that you did, because I found this data, and wow.
This is nothing new.
Women are not worth it, dudes. No, seriously. This might even blow your mind. The male-to-female ratio of suicide rates 2017. Now, you see this orange color down here at the bottom?
Yeah.
That's the lowest rate. Do you see any orange on that map?
I do not. I see some yellow.
Yeah, that is 0.9 to 1.05 to 1. So that would be Morocco. Currently has the lowest male-to-female suicide rate in the world of 0.96, so it's roughly equal.
All right.
Same thing in Pakistan.
Okay.
Now, here's where you really get into the fun shit. Ghana, 10.5 to 1 suicide ratio.
Wow, what's going on in that place?
The United States, 3.53 to 1. Let's go down here to some socialist countries. Venezuela, 7.54 to 1 male to female suicide ratio. But men are privileged.
That's right.
Yeah. Male privilege really isn't working out for these dudes.
Well, you're privileged to get a gun in your mouth.
Brazil, 4.56. Let's see here. Namibia, whatever, 7.6 to 1.
Nambia,
whatever. Actually, no, it's not Nambia. It's Namibia. So it's Namibia.
Or
Namibia.
Well, you're the English major. It's
Well, I'm reading what I'm being
Nambia,
shown in
man.
front of me.
Nambia.
You're Nambia. Ukraine 7.11. Belarus 6.02. Poland 7.44 to 1. Russia 5.71 to 1.
Wow.
China 1.56 to 1. Australia 3.49. So in Western countries that we would consider to be
3 to 1.
Pretty
3.5 to 1.
Pretty advanced, 3 to 4 to 1.
Yeah. Let's just 3.5 to 1.
Namibia.
Okay.
Okay, so go. If you're correct and you're not just drunk. Namibia.
Namibia.
These are things I don't know. Just saying.
I'm not quite drunk.
Then your girlfriend needs to get on it.
I'm a little tipsy.
A little tipsy. This is fucked up. And what really pisses me off is that, dudes, most of the divorces and most of the male suicides that you have personally known have been over relationships.
All right, hang on. All right. Since the age of roughly 23 or 24, I've buried between 1 and 3 people a year that were either suicides or they died under extenuating circumstances, like driving their motorcycle into bridge supports or taking their sports car and jumping a ramp into the Puget Sound and dying, or they mysteriously fall off high objects.
Totally an accident, right?
Or they wake up dead because of alcohol and pills. That's a common one. So,
yeah.
And there's no notes or anything, so it's like accidental overdose or blah, blah, blah. But a lot of these happen to guys who are either getting divorced, are divorced, and are having all kinds of issues after the fact because of family court and divorce court.
Yeah, and you just look at Ron Perlman's divorce, or you can look at stupid tweets like this. Dudes, Western women are not worth it. Oh, get out of here. I don't want that. This is what I want. The dating pool for young women is literally porn addicts, created by OnlyFans queens.
Yep.
Sensitive guys you have to perform constant emotional labor for, raised by single mothers who told them erroneously that girls like sensitive guys who cry. I'm just saying.
Or the big one that when I was growing up, women like gentle giants.
Yes, you're
no,
bullshit.
they fucking don't.
No, they
Shut
don't.
the fuck up.
Pull that hair and smack that ass. That's the way it works. Narcissistic, if not sociopathic gym bros who all get so much pussy. They might as well be like the cat section at the pet shop.
There's a lot of guys who are really big into lifting weights and bodybuilding, and they are narcissists.
Of course.
Right now.
And women flock to them.
Well,
why? Because tall muscles.
They like the muscles.
Yeah.
If you're over 6 feet tall, that's a double bonus.
Yep. Emotionally distant manipulators that you can't stop chasing.
Well,
because they're not freely giving out their affection like simps.
Look, a lot of these emotional distance guys are all red pill guys who understand female nature, and they just don't invest emotions.
Women love the chase.
Yes.
That's why, especially if you catch them while they're young and they've been brainwashed by feminism, if you freely offer your affection, they're not interested in you. They don't feel like they've earned it. They don't realize that that's what it is, but they know they're not worthy on some level, so they sabotage.
Here's the funny part. I know probably 5 women who are over 45 or close to my age, or maybe a little older than me, who are absolutely screwed now.
Well, yeah.
Because they got divorced and nobody is knocking on their door. Nobody's ringing their phone. A couple of them, when I talk to them, I could tell they're fishing for like the slingback.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't date women my age.
Yes. By the way, gentlemen, we are still going to do like the slingbacks and kinks episode, but our guest that we were going to have tonight having an off day, not feeling up to it, so hopefully we're going to have her on next Tuesday.
All right.
See you next Tuesday.
Excellent.
Oh, and the last one here. Performative woke men who still treat women like shit. Because woke women are the biggest bullshit artists of them all. They claim that they want woke men, but science has proven that feminists think sexist men are far more attractive.
Gentlemen.
Wah.
Gentlemen, if you come across a woman with an excessive amount of tattoos in places that are easily seen,
temporary,
or tree frog, poisonous hair colors, they're temporary.
Or they look like they fell down a flight of stairs carrying a tackle box.
Yes.
Temporary.
Yep.
You know, one of the biggest red flags that I wish I had paid attention to in my youth? Clit piercings.
Oh, I have not really. Well.
If they will pay a perfect stranger to shove a needle and a piece of metal through one of the most beautiful things God ever created, you are not special.
Nope. And I have a problem with women that have nose rings.
Oh, the septum piercings.
I just
yeah.
can't do it. I just cannot do it.
You might as well just go around broadcasting to the world, I have trauma and issues. I've got more issues than Detective Comics. And then there's women like this. It's like I said, women are not worth evicting from your meat suit over. Cancer research scientists, something that I think we would all agree is something the world needs more of, quits to become a psychic healer using unicorn energy.
Wow. Oh. Wow.
Woo. Meet Callista, mom of 3 and a Reiki healer, and she's got it all. She's got the chest tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the poisonous tree frog hair. Wow, many of us dream about ditching our current jobs and doing something new. Some of us might even make that happen, joining the Great Resignation. But few will make a career change quite as dramatic as single mom. Oh,
there we go.
Shocker. Callista, McGillivray.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, tough life.
Is that McElray?
McGillivray. MacGillivray.
Sounds like Scottish.
McGillivray.
Sounds like Scottish.
40 years old, who went from a cancer research scientist to a psychic energy healer. After becoming disillusioned at work, she decided to embrace real illusions. Well,
wow!
I'm sorry, that was my take on it.
But she's got 3 kids too. How's she going to feed 3 kids with the unicorn energy?
She's going to take the horn up her ass 2 to 3 times a day, and then after she goes horn to mouth, she'll make enough in tips, if you know what I mean, to give them a Lunchables.
She could just suck 6 dicks on a Saturday.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That was priceless when I said that.
Oh my gosh. I'm saying, like, dudes, there's always something better that can come along, okay? Play the long game. That's why we made that video.
Yes. That's another one we need to add to the list.
That's one of my favorite videos we ever did, was the long game.
The long game.
And besides, you never know when you might be the next guy who wins the lottery.
Oh, my God.
My mom and I share my husband. People think it's odd, but I think it brings us closer together. And my sister sleeps with him, too.
Oh, my God.
Now, whether or not this is real, people do some pretty messed up shit.
You got a dude.
And you could be the next penis at the trough.
You got a dude that's hitting like a sister, the 2 sisters and the mother.
Yeah. And they all have really wonky eyebrows. Look at the mom's eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
She's like perpetually quizzical. A mom and a daughter revealed they both sleep with the same man. Maddie Brooks lives with her husband in the U.S., but as she explains, if she's not in the mood, she's quite happy for her mom to sleep with him.
Yeah. You need a pinch hitter?
Yeah, pinch hitter, yeah.
Yeah, he hurt his wrist, so we need a pinch hitter.
Yeah, we need a pinch hitter.
Yeah, you need to bang her sister, and her mother. Can you do that?
Now, he exclusively cornholes the mom, so instead of a pinch hitter, you get a designated shitter.
Designated
I'm just saying.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, not her again. Kazumi squirts. Why do you keep entering my life? I accidentally went to a swingers party on a first date. No, you didn't. We made a whole video about it. Watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. No, you did not.
I mean, we're making light of something that's seriously tragic, but it's because that dude took it. He didn't know how to laugh at himself.
Yeah.
And he didn't, I mean,
you're talking about
not to lend any credence to that stupid mayor, but he didn't know how to move on. He made the same mistake with a different woman.
You're talking about the guy who whacked the 2 chicks?
Yes. That's why we had to make light of it.
All right, now
because you can move on from this. You can win, but you have to be willing to play the long game.
Well, listen, if they're taking so much money from you that you're working a good job and you can't even afford to live.
Well, from what I understand, him and his ex-hooer are both nurse anesthetists. That is the single most lucrative position in nursing.
Yes.
Whether or not he was raked over the coals to the tune of 68% of his net worth, like some dudes are, I have no idea. They didn't get into that much detail.
Yep, you're right. But the thing is what is it? Indentured servitude is specifically mentioned in the Constitution.
Yeah.
But yet, family court does it on a regular basis, turns people into indentured servants, even when the kids aren't theirs.
Yeah.
And they just look the other way. I am sorry. But if you are in drastic times, you might have to take drastic measures.
Amen to that.
And I'm sorry.
But yeah, it should have been the judge.
Well,
if you have to pick.
Yes. That's right. If you have to pick.
Or, bottom line is don't knock up a woman in a leftist shithole.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Because they're going to cornhole you in the shithole.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, he said he wasn't going to prison, so that's the way it is.
Well, he's definitely not going to prison now. He's chilling in the morgue.
Yep.
And as a reminder to the people who have joined us since we talked about it earlier, if you go onto Redonkulas.com, click on the videos tab, you can find this stream with all the sources and 6 other videos, including some full-length presentations, some of them about an hour long, about male suicide, Purple Heart's Final Beat, which is an award-winning short film that you and I made.
Did you put the one there
back
from
in
the
day.
21 studio?
Hell yeah, I did. 21 convention appearance and speech, and the speech at the Conference of Masculine Excellence, which is also about male suicide, The Lens of Depression, which is a great underappreciated video that we made, and of course the one that got blacklisted from YouTube, which is why it's on Brighteon, How Not to Kill Yourself.
They got so upset about that.
Well, I mean, you are correct. People will love you less if you cause or make a mess.
It's absolutely correct. It is correct.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, all right. So I think Super Chats.
All right.
And then we can talk about Donald Trump's favorite country, China.
Can we take a quick piss break? It's been an hour and a half.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Now, for piss break, we're going to do some Clarence the Cop. Apparently, we talked to Billy Von Baum, who, by the way, is going to be a guest on our stream tomorrow afternoon. Tune in for that one. And I guess the video copy of Clarence the Cop that I got cut off the last 7 or so seconds of audio. So for the first time, you will finally get to hear the full, complete Clarence the Cop presentation.
That's just 7 seconds, though.
So go take a piss.
All right.
Hey, it's your old buddy Joe, Uncle Joe. And today I'm going to tell you just a story about this guy. What's his name? What's that guy's name? Clarence? Yeah, I think it's Clarence. Clarence the Cop? Yeah, that's it. Clarence Cop. Yeah, that's the guy I'm going to tell you a story about today. Growing up in Scranton, the mean streets of Scranton. Well, there was this guy, Corn Pop. And Corn Pop, he was a bad dude. And this one time, me and him got into it, and we were about to throw down. I think that's what the kids are calling it today. They're throwing down. But back in my day, we used to call it fisticuffs. And because this guy, like I said, Corn Pop, he was a bad dude. And then Clarence stepped in and he was like, come on, man, come on. And me and Corn Pop looked at each other and were like, yeah, come on, man. What are we doing? What's going on? So we jumped on our bicycles. Then we went down to the soda pop shop and we got ice cream. So I learned a lot that day about roaches and fisticuffs and Rocky Road ice cream. And it's all because of Clarence. Clarence Pop. Clarence Pop the cop. And thank you, Clarence. All right. Okay, let me turn this off here. Now, you guys are paying me for this, right? Just make sure you send Hunter the money and you put it in his account and it'll get to me. Just have a market for the big guy. Okay? And yeah, oh wait, is this thing still on? How do you turn this off? Do you press this button here?
Yeah.
The creator of that video is going to be our guest on tomorrow's stream, 12 noon Eastern, right here.
Boom!
Headshot.
How many do we have on now?
871. Oh, we dropped a little bit. Oh, you guys didn't want to see the Twilight Zone skit? How dare you?
How dare you?
It's a shame.
Let's go, Brandon. Triggers McNickers. The Nazis were burning books on normalizing pedophilia, transgenderism, and replacing entire national cultures with communist states. Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thor Gustafsson. The tyrant schwantes his rudderless barges by erasing our history. Knowing our history makes us long ships filled with dangerous men.
Yep.
I don't know what it is, but something about the name Gustafsson makes me want to talk like Walter Matthau.
That's what a Norwegian name.
Yeah.
It's like a Viking name or something.
Well, Thor especially. Thor. Crazy uncle. Screw $70 a steak. Try this. Real butter, a lot, in a pan. Dry rub the steak with salt, pepper, and garlic salt. Cook to the point where you like and enjoy.
Okay.
I'm totally good with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eat steak. Cooked in butter, even better.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the 65 and out plan, and I don't care.
Hey, if you're going to be on the 65 and out plan, you might as well enjoy a good steak while you're at it.
Fuck yeah.
Keith Peterson, at the end, a good steak and a... I got to change it up again. Hang on.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah.
And a but cost more than $70. Lesson learned.
Yeah, it was very expensive in there, and there's no way I would go in there for any reason whatsoever. One, I don't like cigars, and two, the food is way too expensive. But it was good though. It was good.
If you're going to go and get a decent steak, just go to like Ruth Chris Steakhouse or something. You know, not as expensive as a place like that.
The price for like a 20-ounce steak there was what I could literally pay for 3 people and a kid to eat at Outback Steakhouse.
And they got the shrimp at Outback Steakhouse.
Bloomin' onion.
Bloomin' onion, yes. Ooh. Their fried mushrooms very good as well.
Not a mushroom eater. They grow in shit. I can't eat that.
I'm surprised I can still eat mushrooms after watching that episode of Hannibal.
Yeah. That was fucking horrid.
Yes, it was.
Oh!
The wall. Yeah, you do sound funny at 2 times speed. I have an image in my head of Pop as a chipmunk in an army uniform yelling at Alvin and his brothers with a squirrel named Riggs chasing the chipettes in the background.
Riggs!
Riggs!
You sons of bitches!
Total cocks.
Dude, I remember when we made that video, you were laughing your ass off.
We were both laughing our asses off.
Total cocks.
Total cocks. And by the way, I think there is going to be a remake of 500 Miles of Mr. Right and Challenge Accepted in the future because I've got some ideas. And one thing we didn't do was actually go from the original source article.
Oh, yeah? Well, the best part of Challenge Accepted is I showed up. You had no idea what we were doing.
With visual aids.
And I had like...
And that gave you visual aids.
You're like, ah!
When the chocolate milk hit you in the eye, it was perfect.
Yeah, that was funny.
Crimson Hawk, I wonder what it'll take to get all the lives you saved to get together and have a drink and tell stories.
Probably at my funeral.
Or a Mantastic Moments party.
Yeah, or my funeral.
That's going to happen next year.
Let's
Not
hope
the
so.
funeral, the Mantastic Moments party. Dung is fun. When you get your nose fixed from deviated septum, you sleep better and have less anxiety while sleeping. I would hope so.
Let me tell you, like, it sucks waking up gasping for air.
Janet Alexander says, I did have a Clarence the Cop. My dad was Clarence.
Yeah. Well,
I love it said, but Blake, you don't read anything. I read the super chats. Do you have any idea how many super chats I have to read per stream? If I have to read the entire chat, too, it drives me bonkers.
yeah, my grandfather's first name was Clarence.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Clarence and Terrence.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like bouncers at an underground gay fuck club.
It's terrible.
Hi, this is Clarence, and this is Terrence. Do you have ID?
Well, here's the funny part. Like, the 4-year-old kid, he lives next door. He's like 6 now, but when I first moved in.
Oh, he gives you so much shit.
Dude, he fucks with me all the time.
I love that kid.
Terry rhymes with Clary. Clarence. Terrence. Oh, I forgot your name. I'm like, you bastard. That's good shit there, little kid. Don't you ever stop that. That's healthy.
Terry the Fairy, Terry the Fairy.
Jeff Schroeder, any chance you guys will have an alt-tech only show?
Well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. It depends upon the subjects.
The biggest issue that we have with doing an alt-tech only show is simply the fact that
Nobody shows up.
There are people who just don't realize that YouTube is not the only video platform in existence.
Yep.
There are people who thought that we had disappeared for almost 3 months.
I know. Yeah, I remember that. Reading those, like, come on.
And we were broadcasting the entire time.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Sean Cousins, hate it when people say regarding servicemen,
They know what they signed up for.
my ass. If they knew what they were signing up for, i.e. depression and being taken advantage of from both sides, which I like to call a spit roasting, why the fuck would you sign up?
I signed up because I wanted him to pay for my college.
There's always that. JH with a big cup of coffee. Thank you very much. CG Roberts, Blake, in your email. Hope you guys enjoy the butt. Oh, let's take it out here. Is it in my email or Pop's email? That's the question.
Don't know.
We're about to find out. Oh, here we go.
Ooh, hang on.
Ooh, that's
all right. We can show that one.
There we could potentially. Oh, yeah. I can't show that one.
Can't
but
show that
that's
one,
quite
no.
nice there.
That one's on the fence. But
On the fence, but it's probably too low for the window there. I like
that one we can't show.
We can't show
No.
that one. I'm going to
No.
keep that one.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it. Oh, how low.
Can we show that one? I don't think.
No, you get banned.
No, too much ass.
I like that one too. Redhead.
Redhead with nice.
Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, fishnets.
You can show that one.
I like fishnet. I can't show that one too.
Can't show that one?
Oh, we've got age restricted for yoga pants.
Okay, yeah.
Fuckers. YouTube, you can smurf my ass.
Smurf my balls.
Crimson Hawk, we need more people like the man who X'd her and himself. A moment of self-reflection. I would disagree with that.
All right, now hang on. Now I understand the frustration that drove him to do what he does. Okay, I totally get it. I don't condone the murder, though I understand why it happened. Okay, now I will say this. For things to change, a lot of bad shit needs to happen. Either that's going to be a two-way rifle range, it's going to be massive riots, or just a complete breakdown of everything. If there's a complete breakdown of everything, you know, the first thing to go, feminism.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Marxism in general. They're all related.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like a lot of these, like, I am woman, hear me roar. When there's no food and people are packing up and there's violence on the regular, those women, those feminists who are like, I'm woman, hear me roar, they won't stand a chance. They won't stand a chance.
Nope, they won't. Sogo pointed out that YouTube banned Raging Golden Eagle for cartoon camel toe. I rest my case.
Wow.
Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy. The only reason all of you do not know my middle name is because I lived in the UP and my ex was 1,000 miles away when the state did illegal stuff.
Illegal stuff.
Yeah. Inquisitor Jack, I live in Southern Maryland. Baltimore is a festering anus cancer. I need out of this state.
It's a shithole.
It is a shithole.
And President Trump was absolutely accurate when he called it a shithole.
Yep.
Because that's what it is.
He called things like they were. I didn't agree with everything he said.
Nor did I.
But I agree with that. Alternative lifestyles for men. Say it with me. The forking system is broken.
It is.
Els knows men need to organize politically to change unjust laws and get crooked anti-male judges voted out of office. The red pill needs to go political.
And actually, I'm covering that in administrative violence.
Yeah.
There are ways to go after lawyers and judges legally, and it can be incredibly devastating for them because judges are elected.
Yes.
And if there's enough shit, if you throw enough shit at the wall and some of it sticks, you can literally end their careers.
Yep.
Just
Travis Wolf. My dad always told me in personal experience echo, chicks who have 6+ tattoos and piercings are crazy as all get out. Have my fair share of that. Yeah, me too.
Hey, look, crazy is fun in the beginning.
Unfortunately, they're so good in bed.
Yeah, and then the pussy wears out.
Yep.
And then all you're left with
is crazy.
Crazy.
Yes. Crimson Hawk, play, need a little time off for bad behavior. Yeah, we all do.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Simmons, are y'all going to make a Discord or equivalent? Actually, we're looking into having a chat and forum installed on our own website, Redonkulas.com, and we're looking into getting our own private streaming server. If that happens, we can show you guys all the asses you want, and in various states of undress, no less.
Or completely nud.
Nud?
Nud.
Nud.
Complete nudity.
Nudity. Frog, story in your email. Got it right here. I originally married a whore who cheated on me with my best friend.
Oh, shit.
Wasn't really your best friend then, now was he? Then after trying to off myself and failing, I burned the bitch's house down because she was going to take it from me in a divorce. I went to prison for that, and it probably saved my life. When I got out of prison, I ended up marrying the ex-wife of the guy that my first wife cheated with. I've been married for 10 years now, and life is great. You guys still help me out of tough situations when I need a laugh. Thank you, brothers.
Wow.
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 I need a drink after that one.
You went to prison for that?
Hmm.
Fuck that.
Arson. What do you mean,
Things happen.
Hey, if we're going to condemn Antifa for it.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Listen, if it's your house, why can't you just burn it down? It's your shit. It's your property.
Well, she had taken it from him in the divorce, so I guess at that point it was technically her house, even though she stole it with legislation.
Correct.
Which is horse shit, considering that decision would have come from a court that routinely denies you your constitutional rights, and therefore all of their decisions should be null and void.
That's absolutely correct.
Just saying. If any decision is based on something that violates the Constitution, then it shouldn't be legal.
Yep. That's actually, what was one? Was it Thomas Jefferson who said that? Or is it Franklin?
I don't know. I got nothing.
Something close to that.
Something close to that. Jumping over to Streamlabs. Oh, boy. Yeah, I like that. Field Marshal ass clap again. You fucking guys. I'm not sure if I think I read everything because I'm not seeing anything more from this particular person here. Field Marshal ass clap. Check your Redonk email, bitch. 402. Congrats on 402 lives saved. $50 super chat. Holy cow.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you very much.
Must
And
have
I
already
remember I
checked
sent you the email with in the subject was 400.
Yeah. Quite outstanding. Oh, there's a butt shipment here. I like that.
We've seen that one. That one.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
I think
An ass pop would like.
Ooh.
That is affirmative, I
That
would
is
say
nice.
right there.
That is nice. We can't show that on the show, though.
No, we can't show. Oh, I like that one too. It's Brazilian.
Mm-hmm.
Pink ass.
Ooh. And I like the hair, but the ass is okay. Ooh.
It's another good one there.
Top down.
Pretty good. Softer. I can't really tell. It's really small.
Oh, that one's like right before.
I'm not into the furry thing.
Yeah.
Redheads winning.
Oh, yeah.
Redheads have a finite shelf life.
Yes.
But if you get them while they're in their prime stage.
22 to 28, they're okay.
It's quite fantastic.
After that, banana pudding.
Yes. Inquisitor Jack 45. Hey, Pop and Blake, hope you all are well. That package should be arriving tomorrow.
All right.
Hope you enjoyed the booze and would be curious to know what you think.
Oh, well.
Don't forget to check the P.O. box.
I got to go to the P.O. box.
Or the Poe box, because we're Poe.
Poe.
Demaster 12. In my opinion, all civilians at 18 must pass the same test and take the same oath we require of immigrants to become citizens to hold office and vote. Those who fail or refuse can't become citizens. Those who break their oath will be deported, at the least. Do you agree?
I think everyone at 18 should do military service, and then they could take the oath, and then when they get done, they can vote.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have a lot of young people. I did a video about life behind the 5 fences, and we have done nothing but raise generations of coddled, weak, fucking crybabies who
Amen
believe
to
what they're
that.
told because it's been utter propaganda for the past 25, 30 years.
Yep. Fellow war hoarder Hannah at Hanalized on Twitter. I said Hanalized. It's probably incorrect, but I'm going to go with it.
All right.
On Twitter is right about why most men in the dating pool suck. I agree with her. However, the reason these men are like this, Hannah, are you sitting down, is because their fathers were run off and a single mother raised them.
Yeah, and they were when they went to school, a majority of their teachers were women.
Yes. Dumbmaster 12 with a $40 super chat.
Thank you.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
I hope you find yourself like Oscar Schindler at the end of the movie. An angel tells you to save one life is to save the world entire, and then you realize you're surrounded by the hundreds of men you saved. That's why you were sent back. Godspeed, Pop.
All right. I cried like a bitch at Schindler's List.
It's one of those movies that you kind of have to not have a soul if you don't cry at the end of Schindler's List.
Like the part when he's like, I could have saved one more. Blah.
Oh, yeah.
God, that broke my heart, man.
Liam Neeson has never been better than he was in
That was a
Schindler's List.
fucking great movie.
Yes, it is. And the only movie up till that point that Steven Spielberg never storyboarded, and yet it still won the cinematography Oscar.
Fuck yeah.
Go figure. All right, Kiro Ninja 00. Pop and Blake, news came out that a cruise ship with 3,000 people that are vaxxed had over 17 infected cases on the ship. Why is Poke and Smoke still being pushed? Can you say blind obedience? Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
We all know.
Listen, I've already had it, and I've never been vaxxed. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Listen, I had the cocktail, the drugs,
The epic cocktail.
I'm not fucking around, man.
Including other pokes that probably shouldn't have been administered to people at large, like the anthrax vaccine.
Oh, God, that really pissed me off. That's one of the main reasons I refuse to engage in their vaccine craziness.
No one blames you. Coam Genus, I wouldn't condone it, but I understand that if he went after the judge's kids.
Ooh.
I don't know about that. Number one, he's only doing what the judge did to him, took away his kids. Number two, the judge no longer has a future, miserable with no offspring, karma/justice. And three, the judge didn't give a shit about the kids anyways. They always jerk the kids around and won't listen to their requests. Fuck family court.
I agree with fuck family court.
I do not agree with harming children. Stunning and brave, Pop. Pop, what are your thoughts on this? Do you agree the paranormal is just science we have yet to understand?
You know what? I can't really answer that other than the fact that if that is true, there's a lot... We are fucked up when it comes to science. Because there's all kinds of crazy-ass shit out there that nobody can explain.
Yeah.
And they've taken pictures of it. There's video of it. Recordings. There's physical evidence left behind. And we're like, I got nothing.
I know. Somebody blows their nose and you want to keep it. Ballistic Zero, how in the fuck do you wake up the dead? In Carlin's voice, if you are dead, you didn't wake up. Tell me the definition again, I dare you. Kira Ninja 00, hey Pop, when will it end with these divorces that make men wage slaves? I think when it becomes so bad women can't get married, they will create new laws to punish men who don't follow their rules, and then the men say enough and human target practice will begin. Like in China, where it's now illegal for you to get a vasectomy.
Yeah, you can't get a vasectomy in China.
Yeah. And apparently they're cracking down on girly men as well in China.
Yeah, they did. They started that like 3-4 months ago.
And yet they promote critical race theory over here. Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Fuckers. The Stunning and Brave Pop. Pop, what is in the yellow thing next to you?
What yellow thing?
Oh, it's the Twisted Tea goggles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those are the beer goggles, man.
We got those from the Thumper.
The Thumper. Pretty good. Okay, grab them.
Yeah. Baba.
Now, see, you can use these to read books, but it just makes the words thinner.
Or you can look at titties. Just saying.
It's cans to look at cans.
Yep.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with some cans. Look at cans, man.
Crimson Hawk. Google lyrics need a little time off for bad behavior. Google lyrics. Okay.
What's Google lyrics? What are you doing? What?
I'm doing what I'm told. Whiskey Myers need a little time off for bad behavior. Yeah, the devil in me done been asleep too long. I need a little time off for bad behavior. Yeah, it looks like I've been too good for too long. Well, I'm up and gone at the break of dawn. I've been working like a regular dog. Keep my woman and the lights and the water and the phone turned on. I've been saying sir all day at work. I've been saying yes ma'am at home. I've been storing up cuss words, keeping them under my tongue. I need a little time off for bad behavior.
Yeah.
And so it goes, and so it goes. And the book says we may be through with the past, but the past ain't through with us.
Absolutely correct. And if you forget it, it's definitely not done with you.
Yeah. Because it will go full Murphy on you, and it won't stop at just the tip.
Nope.
Just saying.
You won't stop until you got balls bouncing off your brown eye that gives you the pink eye.
Over to Odyssey, Andreas Christian. Aussies should take a page out of the Belgians' book. The second the Belgians found out cops were selling their guns, most of them were high-end antiques and elephant guns. Things falling off the delivery trucks rose to 6,000% rise in black market fishing rods. As for notifications, do it through Telegram and make a channel and put links on there. Do that. Some women are actually in charge of people trafficking. Maxwell and Nexium Cult, Oprah, and so on.
I'm not expecting Maxwell to live to be much older.
Nah, she'll die in prison because she'll get shanked.
Something will happen.
And not in a good way.
Yep.
Andreas Christian again. Yes, moms and daughters and mom's sister. I'd hit that in Ibiza during my wild years. After I left, I taped a piece of paper on each door and wrote random dudes' names on it with comments. Remember, guys, the more women, the more chance of drama.
Well, women thrive on drama. That's why soap operas have existed since the radio was invented.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you get a chance to hit a hot daughter and her hot mom, just hit that cunt dominium and leave it on the lot where you found it.
I don't know if I could even do that. I can't. No. How I am now, I could not engage in participating in that insanity.
It could be worse.
I'd be like,
I mean, there's always going to be some sick son of a bitch who's just going to be like, well, you know what would make it really hot if you tried to crawl back in.
Oh, or they just need their six-pack and imagination.
Caleb on actually watched the corn pop video, not just listening. What in the actual acid tripping fuck? I would agree, but it's a great video.
It is funny.
I like it a lot.
It is funny.
Oh, that's some funny shit. Okay, we need to talk about China, and this was sent to us by an enlisted service member who shall not be named because, I don't know, we don't want to get anybody in trouble, and you never know.
Not here to get anyone in trouble. Just here to tell the deal.
This comes from an actual military manual. China today seeks what it views as a restoration of its position as a global power through what we are described by the CPC as peaceful and relatively unprovocative means. Bilateral and multilateral relationships are viewed as optimal, where all parties to a matter see benefit from an arrangement. China seeks a positive relationship with the West. Mm-hmm. Sure it does.
Yeah.
Especially the United States, underpinned by a massive exchange of trade and economic interdependence, otherwise known as globalism, and that's why the inflation is out of control and the supply chain is shite. China seeks to modernize its military, not through aggressive short-term build-up, but through long-term investment and development. Now, here's the highlighted part that everybody should pay attention to. It also seeks to be courteous, if not cordial, relations with its neighbors in East Asia. In short, China wishes to be a good neighbor and a good global citizen.
Bullshit.
China reportedly forced 500,000 Tibetan farmers into labor camps. That's one way to make good on your relations with your neighbors in East Asia.
Now, Is Tibet part of China? I think
No.
It's not?
I don't think it is.
I thought China took over Tibet like in the 50s.
Maybe I could be wrong. China has browbeaten 500,000 Tibetan farmers into forced labor camps where they're subjected to militarized vocational training aimed to reform backward thinking and improve work discipline. The Sydney Morning Herald reported Tuesday.
Well,
Son
if you're
of
a
a bitch.
farmer and you don't have a work ethic or discipline, you starve.
That's true.
So I would have to say these people were already had that stuff. China just wants them to work as slaves for them.
Forever.
And there are all kinds of concentration camps over in China.
Yeah. And there's also child labor. You can go to this website here. It's actually kept by the U.S. Department of Labor, and it is available, like all sources are, on Redonkulas.com. A list of goods produced by child and or forced labor listed in alphabetical order by country. You got Argentina here, Bangladesh, Belize, Benin, Bolivia, Brazil, and, of course, China, after Cambodia here. Christmas decorations. Produced by forced labor, electronics, child labor, and forced labor. Children ages 13 to 15 are forced to produce electronics in China. Based on the most recently available data from media sources, government raids, and NGOs, hundreds of cases of forced child labor have been reported in factories in the Guangdong province. But the children are often from Henan, Shanxi, or Sichuan provinces. In some cases, they're forced to work in electronics factories through arrangements between the factories and the schools that the children attend in order to cover alleged tuition fees. Allegedly.
So basically, everything is produced by child labor and slave labor in China.
Yeah.
Everything.
Hair products. Adult ethnic minority workers are forcibly employed in factories producing hair products such as wigs. China produces more than 80% of the global market's products made from hair and is the world's largest exporter of these products.
Oh, my God.
Child labor produces fireworks in China. I can't imagine this going badly.
Yeah, nothing bad can happen.
No, I mean, it's not like you could suffer explosions or anything like that.
Well, if I was a kid working in a firework factory, I'd have a great time.
Cotton. Oh, man. You just took so much away from BLM.
Wow.
You must be out of your cotton picking mind. Footwear, nails, thread and yarn, garments, toys, fish. Wait, what? Adults are forced to work in the production of fish on China's distant water fishing fleet. It's the largest in the world with 3,000 fishing vessels. That explains why everything tastes like shite. Artificial flowers, tomato products, textiles, bricks. Bricks. Children ages 8 to 17 are forced to produce bricks in China. Wow. Gloves, coal, and polysilicon.
So everything.
Virtually everything.
Yeah, virtually. If you go through that whole list, it pretty much covers everything.
You just go through this whole list here. You got Colombia, Congo, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt. Let's see if the United States is on here. I'm curious. Oh, wow. India covers up a little bit there. Going down here. Is the United States on here? Are we going to admit to our insanity? Oh, wow. Paraguay's like 3 different strokes of the pen here. Holy shit. Jump down here. Oh, the United States isn't going to own up to it. Oh, no. Ukraine. Pornography.
Shocker.
Produced by child labor.
Yeah, you're going to go to jail if you have that.
Well, I mean, how else are you going to get the cameras into those hard-to-reach crevices? Holy smoking Joe Frazier.
Wow.
Yeah, check this list out on Redonkulas.com if you feel like upchucking your lunch. That's terrible.
It's not good.
And then you mentioned this to me earlier, the fact that China is actually building fake islands to bolster its claim to disputed waters. And, of course, it's probably going to aid in their forthcoming invasion of Taiwan.
Well, they have been building these islands for probably a decade and a half.
Yeah, this particular article is from 2014. Some of these islands have started to sink into the ocean. Because, as we all know, Chinese products are definitely not built to last. And that's why Chinese food doesn't keep you full. But I'm just saying.
But the thing is they build the island, they claim it as theirself, as their own shit, and then they're allowed to extend the international water line out more. And they're just marching out farther and farther out into the ocean. Sooner or later, that's going to not work out. It's not going to work out.
They're such great neighbors. I mean, and after all, who can forget the most neighborly thing that they have ever created and unleashed upon the world? No, I'm not talking about toys with lead-based paint that you can buy at Walmart. Ew.
Ew.
Oh, and Vice. Where would the internet be in terms of its laughter quotient?
All right, now I'm going to say
Vice?
this right now. Okay, there's a lot of people, and what's his name from that one? He got banned a while back about his conspiracy theory.
Alex Jones?
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff he said has actually come to happen.
I mean, I haven't seen the lizard people yet, save for my ex-hooer.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. This is This Week in Things That Did Not Age Well. Anti-vaxxers are terrified that the government will enforce a vaccine for coronavirus. Anti-vax groups on social media are claiming that the spread of the disease will lead to mandatory vaccinations and unlimited surveillance.
Wow.
It's not like we haven't heard stories recently about a federal database and other countries where that already exists. Concentration camps, or FEMA camps, as they are known here, over 850 states. Gee, I wonder what they need those for.
800. There's over 800 FEMA camps, or areas that are designated to be FEMA camps.
Yeah.
And a lot of these that we have in the United States were used to keep German prisoners of war during World War II,
or the Japanese.
Or the Japanese.
Camps. Yeah.
So they're already built for this.
Yeah.
And they haven't been sold. They still exist.
Yeah. And it just goes to show you that yesterday's conspiracies are today's truth.
Yep.
Wah, wah, wah.
Absolutely correct.
As always, links to these sources will be on Redonkulas.com after the stream. You know, it's like, it's really sad. You remember when Jon Stewart was hosting The Daily Show?
Yeah.
And he became one of the most trusted names in news despite being a comedian.
Yeah.
It was a comedy show. I would say a lot of people actually come to us for their news. First of all, what are you thinking? But the fact that the Babylon Bee, their satire will sometimes be proven right within 1 to 2 months, sometimes less. And now we have Vice here, like, this could never happen. This is a right-wing extremist conspiracy theory. Oh my gosh, you don't want to be an Otzi-nay, do you? Here we are.
Or being labeled a phobist.
A phobist, an ist.
I'm a phobist.
A phobist, an ist of any kind.
Yeah. If there's an ist attached to the name, I'm it, so fuck off.
Okay. Now it's time. You guys who have stayed here, we're almost at the 2-hour mark.
There we go.
If you have been waiting for the Twilight Zone skit,
here it is.
Here it is. It's a perfect time because we're talking about the EI.
How many people we have on?
865.
Oh, my God.
With 909 likes.
Yes.
That's just on YouTube. I hope you all enjoy this. It will be released on its own this week. So you
share
guys
the shit out of it.
You guys should spread this like Amy Horton spreads herpes or HPV.
HPV.
Are we ready in the right?
Ready.
Ready in the left?
Yep.
Ready in the center?
We are. Put your selector switch on semi and watch your lane.
Watch your lane. Watch your jizz lane.
Oh, my God.
Submitted for your approval. Terrence Pop, a sane man in a world gone mad. And in that world, at any given time, you have a 99.97% chance of not shitting your pants. A tyrannical government, hell-bent on providing subsidized kickbacks to fascistic heads of corporate industry, has the gullible populace convinced of one thing. You must at all times wear a diaper, because if you don't, your neighbor might shit his pants. Pick up my beer glass to finish. Beer is thick and nasty. Oh. I drank puke.
It's all your fault. Get the fuck out of here, you smelly bastard.
Let this be a lesson. Never give up your rights to the state in exchange for safety and security, because those that do deserve neither. It's the first step toward that cliff known as annihilation, and the next step might just land you in the Twilight Zone. Thank you.
All right. Let us know in the comments if you liked it or not.
That took way longer to edit than it should have.
That was hilarious.
I spent so much time just doing the sound design on that and the effect of the TVs coming toward the camera with the shit in there.
Yeah.
Because it was so damn windy and there's so much shit going on in the background when you're stepping out of that car. I had to Foley all the footsteps, the road noise, the doors slamming open and shut. To do all of it.
Nice.
It's a pain in the ass.
Dude, let us know if you guys like that or not.
Yeah, if you guys like that, it is going to be released on its own. You guys can spam this out to all of your face diaper wearing schmoes.
I like it.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, fuck China.
China.
All right, we're going to finish up your super chats here and call it a night. Oh, my.
What?
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. So Crimson Hawk, when you say play need a little time off for bad behavior, can't do that because copyright. Michael Simmons, are y'all going to make a Discord or equivalent? We talked
Working
about that
on
a little bit. For a story in your email, I did look at that. The Jerk 85. Ever notice how politicians and beauty contests have a lot in common?
Like how?
I don't know. Whoever can spew the most bullshit and smile while they're doing it.
Lie to you while they're smiling and looking pretty while they do it. Yeah, I gotcha.
You remember that Miss Teen USA contestant from a long time ago who thought that countries in Africa were states in the U.S.?
I did not remember that.
That was good times.
God.
Ohio Trucker 1, screw steak. Get a full rack of wet barbecue ribs. Dude, I just got a hard on. Grew up in Tennessee and Texas barbecue. Gator makes for good eats as well.
Nice.
Now, when you're talking about a full rack of wetness, makes me think of things. And it doesn't often go to barbecue ribs.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of eating alligator. I didn't really care for it.
A little tough for...
It's tough. I mean, listen, if I'm starving, I'm going to eat the shit out of it. But if I'm not going to go out of my way.
Keith Peterson, in reference to the guy who burned his ex-wife's house down, he heated up the house because he was cold. Winning! Atomic Dimension Traveler, you need to stay on Poo Tube or the bright-haired poisonous tree frogs will win. Don't let the Wamalos win.
Well, we're trying.
That's why we're still here. JH with a $5 donation. No comment attached, so if you had one, Susan deleted it. The Jerk 85. I joined the Navy just to say the line from Predator. I ain't got time to bleed. I got an STD call, child support, and now my wallet bleeds.
Nice.
Oh, you poor bastard.
Yep.
Jeez, you got a big pussy. Jeez, you got a big pussy. Why'd you say that twice? I didn't.
I didn't.
I sell cat litter with 1776. Got to hear me some cat litter and boxed wine.
Oh,
Stop. Don't touch me there.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
Never gets old.
Dude, that's so funny. That's never going to get old.
Bryce Holiday, when the Gilbert Gottfried voice, which I was actually told, Gilbert Gottfried wasn't popular even when he was popular, so I should get rid of that impression.
He got fired because of some comment he said about the Japanese tidal wave or something.
Eh. A day of honor must be arranged for my friend, Dr. Howie Feltersnatch. He just treated Amy Horton, who he now calls genital warts. General warts, I should say.
General warts.
General warts. This is Major Ass Pain. How you doing? Robert Anderson. No wonder Hunter loves Ukraine so much.
Well,
have you seen Ukrainian women?
Just
saying, and they probably look even better after you smoke a little big little rock of Parmesan cheese.
Yeah?
Just saying.
Just saying.
Robert Anderson. No wonder Hunter loves Ukraine so much. I love that. AF. China processes all the West's recyclables by dumping them in the ocean. They're also overfishing sovereign waters.
Yep, they are. They're actually, there's a big hooty-doo between Japan and China about the fishing.
Hooty-doo. Ooh, excuse me. Keith Peterson. I liked Twilight, but I like Butts. There you go.
Nice.
Irish Lover 7745 winning, yes. Like Charlie Sheen in a hotel room with playmates who all have AIDS now.
Do they?
He has AIDS.
Yeah, he has AIDS, and I'm sure he wasn't careful about it.
His visual AIDS. Alex Patino, instead of calling it the Twilight Zone, you should call it the Twatlight Zone. The Twatlights.
Well, that would be a good name for a strip club.
Might take you up
the
on
Twatlight Zone.
The Twatlight Zone. I don't know. It's it too late for a title change? I don't know. Pretty freaking funny.
Yeah.
All right, jumping over to MGTOW.tv. So for decades, my buddies and I have a term for lesbi friends. We call them women in comfortable shoes. It's so true. Let's make it our new term.
Lesbi friends.
Women in comfortable shoes.
Damn.
Carpet samples. That also works as well. Coam genus. Tibet is occupied by the CCP since the 50s.
I knew it.
The Dalai Lama runs a free Tibet government in exile in northern India.
Uh-huh.
Jail. Crimson Hawk. Redonkulas motto. Break our heart. We break yours.
Amen.
We're going to have to make that shirt. Otherwise, he's going to keep super chatting that, which is not a bad thing. Just saying. We appreciate every dollar, even though we're not worthy.
Thank you very much.
All right, Berserker Brad, 1983. I liked the Twilight Zone teaser. It is evident you guys put a lot of effort into it. The towel clamped around the buttocks has the same effectiveness as wearing a chin diaper. That's exactly why we did it. Found that to be funny. Cheers to 402 Live Save.
Well, we're trying to get, safety pins, but it just didn't look right.
It looked funny as hell as soon as you did that. I was like, well, it's just as useless. Genius.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh, I was laughing my balls off when you walked out of there with that. I was like, well, yeah, let's just do that. Fuck it. Jimmy Bones. Poke me harder, Daddy. What the sheephole begging for their freedoms to be taken so they can have a false sense of security, and what Pop's ex-wife screams every Saturday night.
Allegedly. You're going to be sued, bro. Come on.
I love it. He actually had allegedly at the end.
Mm-hmm. You're going to get me sued, bro.
He thinks ahead. Fellow war hoarder. My family had friends in a Jewish family in Germany in World War II. Before they went to the concentration camps, they gave our family a perennial plant. I think we still have it. Our family members also got force drafted into the Nazis. Get draft or get shot.
Well, that's actually...
That's kind of what they're doing now in Germany and Austria.
Well, the thing is, back in the day, if you refused the draft, they killed you.
Yeah.
Or you can
now it's you refuse the shot.
Yeah.
They imprison you.
Yeah.
And probably wind up dead. Field Marshal ass clap. The Emperor has a story for you later. Keep an eye on the email. All right. See what's going on.
You gonna put it in there?
I
Show up
don't
yet.
see. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
A friend of mine, code name Blasher. Not to be confused with Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, was at a Comic-Con in a certain country with 4 other squad mates. While there, they were being stalked by a couple of girls that looked the part of crazy. Slim thick, but crazy. I love slim thick. Hang on. Picturing it. Okay, I'm good. After leaving, Blasher's little brother, who was in the group, told him they were getting tailed by the same girls on the way home. About 2 days after this event, Blasher was preparing his car to leave for the airport to come back to the States when he noticed that same car parked across the street. There were the same girls again, still watching them. 30 hours later.
That's kind of creepy.
It is creepy. Blasher and his bro are back home in the States. Blasher's at work when he occasionally sees some hooded figures hanging around his work. After his shift is over, he's walking home with a car tailing him again. Fast forward to about 10 p.m. that night, his "oh fuck something's wrong" senses wake him up, and he gets his gun, a Chris Vector and .45 caliber.
Okay.
To run a house perimeter check. While in the living room, he hears something moving near the front room windows. He moves in to investigate and sees a silhouette inside the house.
Well?
He doesn't even hesitate and fires once, hitting them square in the back of the head. Whoo! He turns on the light to see it's, you guessed it, the same girl from the Comic-Con.
In another country. In his house.
When the police search her corpse, they find a letter full of obsessive shit about him and little brother, a switch knife, a gag, and duct tape.
Yeah.
She clearly had nothing good in store for them. To summarize what she and her friends had done, they stalked 2 boys across the world, tried to break in, and were probably planning on kidnapping them or holding them hostage. The group of stalker girls were 21, 20, 19, and 25, going after 18-year-old Blasher and his 16-year-old brother.
Wow.
Never trust girls, especially from Comic-Con. Wow!
How the hell did they do that? You come across the country like that. I mean,
that's insane.
If you're in another country, like for instance, if you're like in Ukraine or one of those other countries over there, it's not like here in the United States. If you have a passport, you can just buy a ticket and fly. Even if they have a passport, they got to get permission to leave.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's not exactly standard carry-on issue gear.
No, they had to buy a lot of that shit when I
Gag,
got
duct
here.
tape.
Well, if you break into somebody's house and you have duct tape on you, you're not. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, be sealing up boxes for them? No.
Yes.
It's not a good. It's not a good
I'm just here
thing.
to help you pack.
Not a good thing, man.
No, it's not. Dinosaur 13.
Don't trust China. China is asshole.
Absolutely correct.
Based Hong Kong protesters who are likely disappeared into organ harvesting, experimentation, torture, and mass unmarked graves because you cannot negotiate with evil.
No, you can't. You can't. And there's a huge amount of organs coming out of China, and they're coming from people who did not voluntarily want to give them up. Just saying.
Smells like your mom.
You know my mom? Tell her I said hi.
I will. Right after I puke. Dinosaur 13 again.
That shit was fucking epic. Way better than the woke reboot Jordan Peele did.
You know, what really pisses me off about Jordan Peele is that Get Out was kind of brilliant. I know some people saw it a different way than I did, but the white liberals were the bad guys. And all the people who voted to give him a Best Screenplay Oscar didn't seem to digest that fact.
Well, they seldom do.
It just goes right over their head. On Texas time, for the Twilight Zone video, no pennies for Susan Worcestershire jet ski either. Fuck Susan.
Yeah. And do not donate to Salvation Army.
No, fuck Salvation.
No, fuck them.
And to the dude who said that Pop was a bigot for calling out Salvation Army and their racist bullshit, Just saying.
Listen, man, no matter what you do, if you talk about that stuff and you have the receipts and you talk about the studies and they don't like it, they call you a phobist, idiot, and they try to shut you up using shame. And
Ist.
Yep.
Fuck him.
Sorry. Not buying it.
No. The Twilight Zone. I still like that. All right.
That is
Thank you all
funny.
very much. I'm going to just double check in here to make sure that we're not missing anything.
We all caught up?
I think we're all caught up, and it is 10:15, which means it's time for everybody to go to work because you know what? Hey, well, not go to work, go to bed because you got work tomorrow. But
So what's our final count?
Final roll call here on YouTube. We got 788 with 1,012 likes.
Nice.
81 on Twitch. 93 on Odyssey. 41 on MGTOW.tv. 81 on DLive. Sleeping G's over there with his Pepe gift game going strong. Emperor of Chaos Jackal. Hey, how you doing? Radium LE 1985 said that the Twilight Zone sketch was too close to reality. I liked it.
It's nice.
And 10 lemons from Wiggle Wanderer or Wiggle Worm or whatever your name is. Wonder Worm is what you really should have had your screen name be.
Yeah, One-Eyed Wonder Worm.
The One-Eyed Wonder Worm. You know what? One-Eyed Wonder Worm, we haven't played that in a while. Let's play that one too.
Now I see.
Look, I only got one good eye. I'm not wasting it looking at your ugly face.
Bro, that's so cold, man.
No, you know what's cold?
Come on, One-Eyed Wonder Worm. You used to watch me brush my teeth every day.
I'm angry at you.
Why?
Well, if you don't know, I'm certainly not gonna tell you.
Oh, no. So you're going full chick on me now. I see.
Look, I only got one good eye. I'm not wasting it looking at your ugly face.
Bro, that's so cold, man.
No, you know what's cold? Getting the Fauci ouchie without even consulting me first.
So what are you going to do now? Do the forever slouchy?
Yep, Space Ghost is on.
Hey, man. That's my line. Jesus Christ. I like it.
Sorry, I don't know what it is. I put all these videos in. I double check them. I make sure that they're good. And then OBS just decides, you know what? I'm just going to change a setting on you.
Yeah, like it happened to me the other night.
Just to fuck with you.
Yeah, Murphy,
you disgusting bastard.
Yep, Murphy fucked us. What are you gonna do?
All right, don't forget to turn in tomorrow, noon, for Billy Von Baum is going to be on the stream. We're just going to talk some shit.
That's right.
Because it's what we do, and I think we may have to watch his little try not to puke video.
I don't know.
I could tell how much you're looking forward to.
Not looking forward to that. Sorry.
Safety briefing.
All right, everybody, don't drink and drive, and don't drink and drive, don't drink and swim. If you have to fight, don't go to the ground, because that's where you get stomped out. If you're going to have to defend yourself with the weapon, shoot to kill, not to wound, because that generates a whole lot of paperwork and trouble. If you're going to bang, wear a condom, take it with you, or flush it down the toilet and watch it go down. Boom.
Damn right. And because somebody in the chat noticed that, hey, we actually have a Twitch channel, you're damn right, we have a lot of different channels. MGTOW.tv, Manosphere.tv, Odyssey.com, DLive, RoxyTube, and Twitch, in addition to YouTube. So why haven't you subscribed, you bitches?
That's right.
Do it.
All right, gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow.
Not the same time, but the same bad channel.
Amen.
Indie women.
That's gay. Stop it.